The grip bag versus the Squatch bag. Which one's the better bag? Disclaimer, this isn't like a breakdown video of the bag. This is more so just like my experience with the bags. Keep that in mind. And as far as all the little details, you can basically look it up on each of their website and I'll tell you everything you need to know, except grip was capping on one of their things, but we'll get to that here in a second. The bag that I've spent the most time with is the Grip AX5. I got this in December of 2019, and since then I've recorded over 800 rounds of disc golf with this bag, and this dude has held up pretty nicely. I do not take care of anything. That goes for bags also. Some people get them as fashion statements. I get them to hold discs and destroy. And what I mean by that is, like, I've kicked this thing, I've thrown this thing, I leave it in the car all the time. Please don't break into my car. That's like through the winter, through the 100 and whatever degrees summers that we have. I've power washed this thing. I've taken showers with this thing. I say all that to say that this is very durable. Other than the wear and tear that it has had, it's still holding together very nicely. The zippers on it all work. Nothing is falling apart per se. There are, of course, some worn out places. For example, the bottom of the bag from where I set it down, the strap from how I grab it. Whenever I pick it up off the ground, it is just getting torn up over time, which, to be honest, this started maybe like 6 months ago. And it was just one of those things where, like, as soon as the hole was created, it got worse over time, but it wasn't always like this. This was way later. Also, on the inside lip, starting to get worn out because of taking discs in and out. That's the only like wear and tear this has on it. Cushions are still cushiony, both on the lower back and the upper back. Like I said, all the zippers work. None of them have come unhooked. None of them have gotten caught up in the fabric. It's pretty good. As far as the amount of discs that it can hold, where grip was capping, they said there's 22 discs that can fit in the main compartment. If you have all fairway drivers, 22 will fit, and it's a tight fit. But what I've done in the past is I'll have about 16 drivers and then 3 mid-ranges, and that's pretty tight, and that's only 19 discs. So, but I can keep 19 total discs in the main compartment, 2 discs up top, usually my 2 approach discs, along with 3 putters up top. So what does that equal? Quick math, 24 discs total. A small complaint that I have is in these side pockets, you can't actually fit a disc in there. I mean, you can, but you might be breaking those zippers that I was talking about. It does hold like a jacket, shirts, all that stuff, but I think it'd be kind of nice to have a disc in there. Maybe. It's a small complaint. The stuff that I'm going to be complaining about this bag are very petty complaints, one especially, but still plenty of space. Somebody asked me if there's a spot to put your retrieval tool. There actually is. You can, I think it's actually made for umbrellas, but a retriever tool can go in there. 2 water pouches on either side, and they're very convenient because when you have your bag on, getting the water is literally right there, along with the spot to put your phone. Same thing, very convenient. I don't even know if I'm doing a good job at showing you guys. Basically, the water and phone compartment, very easy to access, and I've never had my phone fall out of here. Unless, like, I've knocked over my bag, then I'll make sure it might have, but, like, on accident, I've never lost my phone because of it being in here. However, this one, we'll get to that also. So the Grip AX5 is $260, which is a pretty hefty price to pay, but I think it's been well worth my money because it's done everything I needed it to do, whereas other bags haven't. I've had a Prodigy bag in the past, wasn't $260, but it fell apart pretty quickly. I had another one of those Innova bags, and it fell apart pretty quickly too, and it wasn't near as comfortable. And this lower back thing on that Innova bag would kill my lower back. It was hitting it all the time, but there's enough padding on this grip to where I've never once felt this. And by the way, these help out tremendously as far as making sure that the bag sits how it's supposed to. This one falls over so easily. It's so annoying. That's my only complaint about that bag, by the way. It drives me crazy. Anyways, after having this bag for 3 years, I wanted to get something a little bit bigger, and that's when the homie Joseph, shout out to you, sent me this bag. Just a nice friendly subscriber was like, hey, I saw you wanted a new bag. I got you a new bag. So he sent over the Katrina Allen edition Squatch bag, and dude, I have loved it for 2 reasons. One, the amount of discs that this thing can hold is crazy. Not only can it hold the 18 in the main compartment, but it can actually hold 22 in the main compartment, 2 in this upper pouch, just like this one. But then I can hold up to 6 discs in this top putter pouch, along with a towel. And I could honestly ditch that towel and put like 2, maybe even 3 more discs here. With this side pouch, you can unzip that and then just throw in 5 more discs, no problem. which means 5 on this side, 5 on that side, 10, 11, 12, 17, 20. You could literally fit a disc golf store in this bag. It is crazy. I, however, do not need that many discs, but all that space is still used. What really won me over is the huge putter pouch up top. I have a handful of putters and I don't like putting those in my main compartment because it just kind of throws everything off. So I like having the putting putters and my throwing putters up here, whereas I couldn't do that with this bag. I still like the fact that I have my 2 approach discs in this top pocket. Also, when it comes to getting out discs, this lip is so much lower compared to this one. So when getting out a disc, it's very easy to slide in and out, where this one is kind of a pain because I'm trying to get it up over this big lip, and then when I also have 2 discs in this top spot, this room for clearance can be annoying, especially with discs that are in these corners because it's almost hidden by this lip, where that's not really an issue on this bag because the outside wall is still open. Like I can grab a disc from the inside of the bag and it come out just as easy. I really gotta fight this bag to get one of those out. I usually always put like the disc that I throw the least on each corner. That way I didn't really have to mess with it all that much. The other thing as far as comfortability, I'm fitting more discs in this bag and it doesn't feel like I'm carrying any extra weight compared to the script bag. This is so comfortable. This also has very thick paddings. The entire back is actually all padding, whereas the grip bag was kind of broken up into those 3 sections. And as far as the straps compared to them, the grip has theirs sewed into the bag, then they have this patch that goes over the top that's sewn into that to really lock it into place. Whereas the Squatch bag, kind of the same idea, but the strap isn't directly connected into the bag. It's actually connected by these plastic clips that you can actually remove. And I think the idea behind not connecting the straps into the bag is that when these get worn out, I can actually pop these straps off and get some new ones. I might have made that up, but that's the only reason that I think that they allowed it to where these straps can come off. As far as these pouches on the side, you can have 3 water bottles in each side. They have the whole cooler system. I don't use it. I think it's kind of overhyped. Like a water bottle will fit in there, but if you try to put ice in there, you're not really fitting a water bottle in there. So it's more for like Coke cans and things like that. So if you're out there throwing down on some brewskis on the course, then yeah, this could be kind of cool. But other than that, I usually don't even have this in here. I just put it in for the video. They've got a magnetic pouch on the side where you can put your phone. Very convenient. This magnet's I didn't necessarily trust the magnet, but ever since I started putting my phone in here, it's never fallen out. Beforehand, I put my phone on this top side, and I quickly stopped doing that after my bag fell over, my phone fell out, and then I was lost in Florida with no phone, so no longer goes there. And that's what I was touching back on earlier. This bag falls over at least once around, and that's without me exaggerating. And it's kind of annoying. I have to be very cautious of how I set it down because if it's on the slightest slope, it's gonna fall over. Whereas the grip bag with these plastic railings, it was very easy to set down. Now, of course, you have to be cautious no matter where you put a bag, but this bag has fallen over more times than this has in the last 3 years. And I've only had this bag for like 3 months. Very annoying. However, not annoying enough for me to go back to this bag. I enjoy the comfortability of it. As far as durability, I can't really speak on that because I've only had this bag for a few months. I will say that the zipper has already come off. Thankfully there's 2, so I can still zip this whole thing up, but I'm down a zipper right now, so that sucks. Kind of. I mean, it's not really a big deal. Now, if the other zipper goes out, we have problems. Other than that, it seems tough. Like, none of this seems cheap in any way. The zippers actually have this little rubber siding so that you don't get caught on the fabric, which I really enjoy that. This patch up here could stop a bullet. As far as price, this one is $230. $30 cheaper than this, but what's $30 when you're spending $200 on a bag, you know? As far as what's the better bag, I can't really, I mean, they're both great in their own ways. If you want to have a lot of discs, this is definitely the one to go for. I can only speak to the durability of this one because I've had it for so long, and I'm not kidding you, I do not take care of things. I've had a camera for, I don't know, a few months now, and I've already broken it twice. If you've never had a bag with this huge opening, it's definitely a game changer. It makes it so easy to get a disc out, and I love that. I think that's why I can get over the fact that this falls over so easy, is just because the big opening. That opening is too small for me, and it just made it a little annoying to take out. All in all, I think they're both great bags. If I were to recommend one, the only thing I'd say is how many discs do you want to carry? Do you want to carry enough to go play a course, or do you want to carry enough to open up a shop and just carry all the inventory with you? That's basically it. If you guys follow along on this journey, I will keep you guys updated on the Squatch bag, and thank you all for watching.